Hello, everybody. It is Monday, June 21st. And for once, the weather is crummy.
Yeah. Big rainstorm I just drove through. So that was fun.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Like
so
couldn't even
sorry.
see the front of my car. It was a little crazy.
I'm sure the kids loved that.
You know
Screaming
what?
bloody murder down the
Oh,
highway.
yeah. Yeah. My daughter was like, "Are you going to pull over?" I was like, "No."
Never. If there's one thing we learned from the car trips that we took as a family growing up, is that you don't pull over, even if
No.
it means Michael's going to empty an entire bladder all over the back seat. It's never worth an extra stop.
That's right. And we learned early on that you don't slow down in dangerous weather. You speed up to get through that weather faster.
Obviously.
There it
All right,
is.
let's do it.
You're listening to the Realty Brothers podcast with Matthew Atwood
and Michael Atwood. There is so much changing in the marketplace on a daily basis, and real estate is clearly something that affects everyone.
So whether you're a seasoned industry expert or simply curious on the topic of housing, this is your one-stop shop for tips, tricks, insider knowledge, and encouragement for the entrepreneur in all of us.
Well,
So,
oh gosh.
did your puppies give you any Father's Day presents?
Oh my gosh, they made me the sweetest little turd on the carpet.
Aw.
It was like, you guys, and they were like, I made this for you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what about you? Any great gifts?
Same.
A
Same.
turd on the carpet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I mean, just my kids being around is the greatest gift because they didn't get me anything.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. We did some fun stuff though, like went golfing and went boating and things. So that was fun.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I
Well,
did this weekend?
What?
I went mini golfing, like putt golfing.
I saw
at
that on your
the
Insta
coolest
story.
place.
It looks
if anybody
super
happens,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anybody happens to be going through like Minnetrista, I think it was west of Lake Minnetonka, and it was called Big Stone Mini Golf. And it was
looked awesome.
so cool.
It
It's
looked
like
super cool.
this artist and sculptor and whatever, the grounds are also just full of sculptures and really cool things, but he made all of these holes, and it was like an overturned boat with like the light shining through the glass in the holes. It was really, really neat. So everybody, and there was goats.
Oh, well.
I don't know why there was goats, but there were goats. So
Yeah.
I got to harass them for a while. That's always a good pastime.
That's just an added obstacle on the course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And I was doing like really good. So it turns out normal golf is just too easy for me. And if you put like jumps, like, 'cause it's like, oh, you got to ricochet off of this, jump over the river, or get inside the log so that'll come, whatever.
Right.
There's one part even where it's like you want to get it onto this like little floaty lazy river for your ball to go down.
I saw that too.
Anyway.
That was amazing.
There's too many obstacles on a normal course because I had holes in ones and birdies and eagles like nobody's business.
That's awesome. So I was watching this on your Insta story and I was like, this is not like the cookie cutter, mini golf thing. It was so unique, super, super cool.
Yeah.
I probably went back and
like
watched it like 6 times because I didn't understand that lazy river for golf balls. It's like, what in the world are they doing?
That was actually so genius because that's what washes the balls at the end.
Yes.
For you. So it's like sanitizer or whatever. And you're trying really hard to get it in there. But yeah, and then there's a full like actual sculpture garden separate and it's a good like family place for they have like arts and crafts and picnic tables and checkers and all that stuff. So check it out. It was really fun. Or
I'm
check
so
me out on
jazzed about
Instagram.
that for you. I just love that. That's good.
All right. What'd you do?
I mean, just golfing but I was, so now I was just thinking I was on a giant green with zero obstacles, couldn't ask for a smoother, flatter piece of grass.
Exactly.
And it was still hard. I wasn't having to jump anything. I wasn't having to ricochet off of anything. I just needed to just hit it straight.
Yeah. And it was too hard.
That was hard.
It's too much.
You
know, I did learn something. There was, so obviously, I mean, this is almost like a family or a children's thing. And I'm just there as a full grown adult living my best life. And kids are a lot. And there's like these two kids behind me who must be having like their first play date ever, because one is asking a million questions. Have you ever been to New Mexico? Have you ever been to Hawaii? Have you ever gone skiing? I have. Have you ever gone ice skating? Like, it wouldn't stop. And the other one was not interested whatsoever. And then on the other end was a child who was just determined to injure itself all day. Every time, like, it's hard for me not to laugh.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Kid would like get up and like start balancing on the ropes, and that like separate out the areas, and then next thing you know, like the rope goes out behind him, and he's like, flat on his tummy, starts crying. Then he comes over and he's trying to jump in the pool, and it falls on his putt, whatever. So, and the whole time I'm trying not to laugh. The dad is like, "Are you kidding me? Why are?" It's just like, parenting's got to be just keeping things alive.
Yes, that's what it is for a lot of the part. So I like too how you said he fell on his putt thing.
What's that called? A club?
A putter?
Oh, you're right. You're right.
A putt stick? I don't know.
Putt stick.
Yeah, cool. And we're hitting some golf balls next week, right?
Yes, but not real. Not real golf, because I refuse. No, but it's Top Golf, so it doesn't really matter.
I love Top Golf.
It'll be so much fun.
It is.
That's the only kind of golf and miniature, I guess. But Top Golf is one of the only types of golf I can put up with.
It's so much fun. I really enjoy that too. Partly also because I don't have to go find my ball.
Exactly.
Driving all over the place, being like, "Have you seen my ball?" Maybe it's next to that guy laying on the ground with blood coming out of his head. Oh, yep, that's what it is.
It's because when you're bad at golf, you're penalized for it.
Right.
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 And when you're bad at like, doing Top Golf, it's just a new golf ball spits out for you, and it's like a do-over. There are no repercussions, right? There are no consequences for your actions. It's not like now I have to shoot my ball from the sand dune. No. That's why it's the best.
Totally right. Seriously. So that's going to be just tons and tons of fun. So do you have a not sponsored for this week?
You go first.
Okay. So my not sponsored for this week, that was totally sponsoring my week last week, is the St. Regis Hotel in just outside of Salt Lake City. Holy smokes, that place was nice.
That was so nice.
And fires burning all the time, despite the 98-degree heat outside, but like outdoor fire pits and indoor fireplace. And it gives it that like extra ambiance that is just amazing.
It's all for aesthetic, not for heat.
Right. And the rooms were just awesome.
They were beautiful.
2 fireplaces.
The finishes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I will have dreams for the rest of my life about that chandelier and the big open fireplace in the lobby.
Yeah. Yeah. That place was pretty awesome. Yeah. What did they call the thing that the gondola? But
it's not that. It's
a fandelier. No, that's
funicular.
Yeah. That's interesting. Anyway, so I just loved that place. I had a great time. Obviously, we were there for a Century 21 thing, and that was great. But I don't think it would have been as great if it was at like the Super 8.
Yeah. The views were incredible.
Oh my gosh.
The weather was incredible.
Yeah. And we got a butler.
We got a butler.
That was
I never
fun.
got to meet my butler. He just snuck in and out.
Oh.
One time, and this is scandalous, I had like just gotten out of the shower and I heard my door open and I was like, someone's in my room.
Uh-oh.
And I was like, what do I do? And then I slowly like peeked around the corner and there was no one there, but there was a platter of French roast coffee.
See that I was impressed by that too, because they didn't just like bring me a to-go cup of coffee.
No.
Like they brought a silver tray with the oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it was so good.
Man, I
amazing.
want to go back.
We should just get a condo there.
Also,
sure it's
the
reasonable.
day we left, how often do I talk about my favorite Instagram and YouTube family? Because I think they're so cute. And I'm always like, they were doing this and they were doing that. The day we left, I was looking through their story and they're like, here we are in Deer Valley, Utah. And I was like, what?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Wow.
So
Could have
narrowly
crossed
missed
paths
it.
there, buddy.
You know what? No, you know what they say? Never meet your heroes.
Oh yeah.
So
they'll let you down for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is my not sponsored? I'm going to have to go with Maynard's.
Oh yeah. Maynard's on the lake or the other like offshoot Maynard's that they opened up?
No.
Yeah.
Maynard's on the lake.
Yeah.
A million tables, just great sitting on the water, having some beverages of adult nature. And let me tell you, what were they called? Rosemary waffle fries, I think.
Wow.
And
Rosemary
it was the best fry
fries.
I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
You could make them or you could enjoy them.
I could enjoy that.
Yeah.
I could eat a lot.
I like and they give you a ridiculous, like one of the big like popcorn bags full of fries. And I'm like, this is too many fries. Proceeds to eat the whole thing.
Yep.
And then half of my friends.
Of course you did.
You're not going to eat your fries? French fry is my favorite food group. So
right. They're perfectly healthy.
They are. That was my favorite thing about the Utah trip too, is they had the little placards about like helpful tips and tricks, you know, like don't consume as much alcohol, make sure you drink more water and have more carbohydrates than you normally would because you'll need it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't. I eat so many French fries at baseline. How do I do more?
I mean, I could definitely do more water. And boy, did I. I went through a bottle of water, honestly, probably every 2 hours the entire time we were there. I was like, can you bring more to my room? Because it was so dry.
They did. It was so dry, but it was good. Let me just give a little recap. So Matt and I were just in Deer Valley, Utah, in Park City, Deer Valley, whatever.
Park City, and we were in Deer Valley. I don't know.
It is Deer Valley.
Part of a resort is called, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, anyway, it was so much fun. It was a Century 21 event for the 2100 Club. Got to just rub elbows and share secrets and tips with all of the like top Century 21 companies across the nation.
Yeah.
Some faces like we know and we're like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And then also just new friends to make. So I'm really excited about that and having like an increased network, you know, people who are like, oh yeah, have you ever heard of Rochester, Minnesota? We're like, we just opened our Rochester office a week ago. And I send referrals to Rochester for Mayo Health System. And it's just so fun to get to, you know, make these connections with people who believe in the same things you do and
for sure
do the same quality work that you do. And, you know, Matt gave a speech, in case everybody's wondering. He spoke at
it was at the bar and nobody asked me to, but
it was a whole panel thing and everybody sat there and watched him and it was so good. I took pictures. He spoke with his hands a lot.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was fun. I did get a little terrified though, because the other three people on the panel had like really smart things to say. And I was like, I don't know that I have a smart thing to talk about. So I'll just make it kind of funny. Yeah. And then people will be like,
you was the funny one.
Yeah. Anyway. No, it was a ton of fun. I'm still, even some people that we had just met, like, have been texting me like, by the way, I was supposed to tell you, say goodbye to Michael for us because we didn't get to see him before he left. And but anyway, some of them were on my same flight on the way back.
Oh yeah.
And then we kind of walked through the Minneapolis airport together. They had a layover there, and then they were heading on. But they're like, well, I guess we won't see you till next year. And I was like, no, Hawaii's coming up this fall, right? And they're like, oh yeah, that's right. So we're going to go to Hawaii in October and everyone's really excited. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Okay. So what do you have going on? What's the news? What is box happening?
All right. Are you ready for our segment?
I am. I think I know which button it is.
All right.
Too.
This is Odd News with Odd Dudes. Huh? What do you think of that?
It's not, keep workshopping it. I don't know about that.
Odd News with Odd Dudes. Okay. I'll try a different one each week. Yeah. I decided I'm only going to bring up 5 of these because the 10 was a little bit long and I can't count that high as showcased in last week's episode when
You're
I'm like,
was this 7?
2?
No, 7.
I think I did number 2 3 times. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So number 5. And it's just, I mean, I guarantee you, I absolutely guarantee you, I'm not like looking for them, but I guarantee you every single week in a top 5 or a top 10, one of them, at least one is going to be from Florida.
Always.
Yeah.
They do the darndest things. Okay, what do we got?
All right, number 5. Florida man allegedly pulls a gun on Starbucks employee over botched order, but not just any employee. So, obviously that's clickbaity. So I had to go into it.
Yeah.
Like, why? What? Oh, it's the daughter of the police chief. No, that's not going to go well.
No. But can you imagine you screwed up my latte and you pull a gun on them? A gun.
I can't.
America, do better than that.
Seriously.
This is like the only, not to get too political, but I do believe in gun rights and all of that stuff. But people like that make it hard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know how to test for that. Just be like, hey, multiple choice. If you're at Starbucks and they screw up your order, how would you handle that? And if you choose option C, pull my gun on them, you don't get a gun.
Yeah. Oh, is that the wrong answer? Oh, shoot. Oh.
God.
Yeah, I think, in some other countries that do have gun rights, their laws are just far stricter. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you pull your gun out in a Starbucks because your order was wrong, you don't get to have a gun anymore.
Right.
Like,
how about this?
That's just it.
How about anytime you go to get a gun, they accidentally give you the wrong gun. And if you use that wrong gun to express your anger, it was a test and you failed.
Right. That would be
just
funny.
Right from the get-go. All right.
It's like a mobile test system. So it's like the Wile E. Coyote thing. Instead of bang, it would just be like fail.
Fail.
All
Terrible.
Right. Anyway, number 4, David Bowie painting bought for $4 at Canadian thrift store, likely to sell at auction for tens of thousands. Can you believe that? $4.
Cool.
Like, oh, here's a painting of David Bowie. $4, and it's going to sell probably for tens of thousands of dollars at an upcoming auction.
Love that. Speaking of which, last week you talked about the petition to get was it Jeff Bezos to eat the Mona Lisa?
Yeah. Yep.
Did Mom send you the picture of her in the Mona Lisa?
No.
There's that old picture of Mom, and it was one of those things at a fair or whatever, you can put your face in the hole, and it was the Mona Lisa, and it was it almost looks like her. It's very suited to her hair, color and style and skin tone and all that. And so she sent me that picture and she goes, okay, how much do I get if I eat this?
Oh my gosh. So she's heard the story too, apparently. Because she heard our podcast.
She listened to the podcast. Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny. Okay, this one is funny. Number 3, bear tears up car, leaves beer cans unopened after getting trapped inside a vehicle in Colorado.
Why did they care about the beer cans?
I don't know. But I'm not reading these articles. I'm just reading the headlines, which I think are hilarious.
Oh, God.
So what I want to know is somehow this bear got trapped inside a car?
In a car.
So it could get its way in, but it couldn't get its way out. And then it tears apart the entire vehicle, but then leaves the beer cans alone.
Yeah. I like that they had to put it in the headline too, because they didn't want people to be worried.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. Number 2, Chicago man jumps into Lake Michigan for 365th straight day.
Oh, that's a full year.
Right. Do you know how cold Lake Michigan is on a summer day?
In the summer, yeah.
It's still like you could get hypothermia still, even in the summer. And he did it all winter long and all like, are you kidding? Wow.
Absolutely not. And for what? Bragging rights?
Yep. Well, anyway.
That's so funny.
And then I was talking to you about this. So number 1, Massachusetts lobster diver survives being swallowed by whale.
Yes.
He was
that
fully, completely
insane.
inside this whale.
I actually want to know more about that story. How did he get out?
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I don't read these. I just read the headline.
Crawl
wow, that's interesting.
Like, did he like crawl out the front or crawl out the back?
Ew. That's a good question. Probably the front. Should I find out?
That's insane. Yeah.
It was a humpback whale, which is crazy.
I just saw something that said like he felt it like all of a sudden just a big like bump, like something ran into him, and he was like, I think I was just hit by a boat or something. And then it was like pitch black, and it took him a while to realize he was swallowed.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy. That's so nuts. I can't even wrap my head around that. So his name was Jonah.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
Jonah and the whale.
All of a sudden I felt this huge shove, and the next thing I knew it was completely black. Yep. I could sense I was moving, and I could feel the whale squeezing with its muscles in its mouth.
Ew.
Just crazy.
That's horrifying. I hate everything about that.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I have some fun stuff.
Okay.
That was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to review this new report detailing the kitchen features buyers love most.
Oh, okay.
And why? Because I'm redoing my kitchen right now and I need to be told that I'm doing the right things.
Obviously. So you just find the article that agrees with you.
Yes, always.
Yeah, cool.
This is America. Yeah. This is Facebook. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a survey of more than 3,000 recent home buyers, and they had to give whether it was like the item in question was an essential or a must-have or desirable, whether or not, right? So they kind of tiered it that way. And because of that, some of these numbers are very high. For example, the highest thing on the list, it's technically second highest, but I'm going to go with this, is a walk-in pantry. And I agree.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's important. And it was only 34, so about a third of the people said it was essential, but almost 50% of people said they wanted it. On top of the 30, so a total of 81%.
Does your new place have a walk-in pantry?
No.
Does it have a pantry?
It's part of my redesign. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay.
Crazy. Bonkers.
Yeah.
So yeah, 81% of people would prefer that. This one I don't agree with whatsoever, but it's technically the highest rating on here. A double sink. Like they mean a side-by-side sink, not just a double wide sink.
Yeah.
I don't concur. There's nothing better than just one big open basin.
No.
How many times have you, honest to God, used your sink for two different purposes at the same time?
Oh, this is kitchen. Yeah, never mind.
Yes. Yes.
I was thinking of like
no, in a master
teeth
bath
in the morning. Yeah, okay.
Of course.
Gotcha.
But
so
like all the time I'm like, who
sink?
does where there's like two drains, you know what I mean? It's like there's sometimes a small one and a large one. One's like the rinsing and one's the cleaning. Who wants that?
No, nobody wants that. That's wrong.
I'd rather just have like plenty of space to wash.
No, that's actually wrong. Those people are wrong. Yeah, they're wrong.
Anyway, then I had table space for eating. That's very important. Okay. Central island. I agree. Mm-hmm. Drinking water filtration. Other than like in the fridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, do you know how many cuss words I say when it's time to change the fridge filter?
A
7. Lot.
Okay.
More. 7 is the number of hours it takes me to change the fridge filter. Because I can't
What fridge
get it.
do you have?
It will not come out. It will not.
Mine, like, you push the thing and it drops down, and then you twist it and pull it out and put the new one in and twist it and push it up.
Right. My old fridge was like that. This one, they like tried to put it conveniently out of the way, and it's like in a corner. You can never get the door open far enough. You're trying to like get your arm inside this hole that's like the size of a Campbell's can, and obviously your hand doesn't fit, and then you're trying to grab onto the little end of the thing so you can twist it. I'm like using pliers. I'm using it. And why would they do this to me? Okay. Anyway, granite or natural stone countertop, of course. Recessed lighting, of course.
Yeah.
Customized backsplash. Yes. This is a huge one. Pull-out shelves. Every kitchen needs pull-out shelves.
Okay.
In the drawer, in the cabinets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I love ours, by the way. In fact, I just had our electrician add outlets in them.
I want that so badly.
So like we can leave our toaster plugged in there, and then just pull out the shelf, and it's easier for the kids too. Yeah.
Genius. Because you want them using the toaster on their own.
They're fine.
All right.
If they burn themselves, they won't do it twice, probably.
Okay. I don't agree.
Okay.
Computer or desk area.
No.
60%.
No.
Who wants a desk? Most people are taking out the desks from their kitchens because that was such a big thing in like 90s builds.
Yeah. No. I get this whole like multiple use thing for every space in your home lately, but it's just also, who just wants to sit at a computer in the kitchen? It's never going to be comfortable.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
My brain always goes to like, oh, it's for like recipes, but you use your phone for that, or you use your Alexa or whatever you use for that, not a computer. Maybe kids doing homework. If you like need to work on dinner and the kids need to do homework at the same time, I could see that, but just put them at the table.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Give them their MacBook Airs
computers
and let them do the.
Ask the nanny to do it. All right.
That was good.
That was my best Moira Rose.
Yeah, I could tell.
Shut up. This one I know you're going to love. The instant hot water dispenser.
Yeah. Told you.
See, it's that's surprising. That's 59%. I thought you were just ridiculous, but you're in the majority.
Yep. And it's also a water filtered, like cool water.
Yes.
So I'm knocking two of those off in the same one.
All right. Yeah. I'm just going to gloss over because there's a lot of these sensor operated faucets. I've never had one, but I've always been curious. When you can just wave your hand like a magician and it turns on and off.
Yeah. I like the one where you just tap it.
Yes, me too.
But
that's the one
sensor
I'm doing.
One, no.
Well, that's still a sense. It's a touch sensor instead of a.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah. Instead of a motion sensor or something. Yeah.
Butler's Pantry, definitely. Center island with range. No. No. Michael disagrees, but it says 50%. I disagree because the range is always the most filthy part of your kitchen. Always.
Yeah.
Always. And I'm like pretty crazy about cleaning up the range after I cook, but it's still always the dirtiest part of my kitchen. And why would I want that on full display?
Right.
Okay. Trash compactor. I didn't know people did that anymore. A double island. I don't understand double islands.
See, when you were like, a range in the island, I was about to say, well, maybe if you do the double island thing,
I don't get it. It's like, what if I had more furniture in my kitchen, but it was permanent? That's what a double island feels like to me. It's just in the way.
I've seen some that are really cool. Like they work really well. Where the first one is just like a smaller, like prep area. And then the next one is a much bigger, like entertainment. And it almost like, I don't want to say wraps around, but it almost blocks the first island,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not convinced, but 40% of people are. And then lastly, a third, 33% of people said a steam oven.
A what?
Steam oven.
Never even heard
Steam
of a
oven.
steam oven.
You haven't?
No.
I'm getting a steam oven.
What?
My oven has, the one that I'm getting has a regular oven and a steam oven. And I hadn't really heard of it, but all it took for me to be convinced was when the salesperson said, yeah, the rep comes into our store to show off the steam ovens sometimes, and they make the best French fries.
Of course.
Did you say my favorite thing?
But where do I sign? But it's just steam. So wouldn't you
You
want
would think
like
it
an
would
air
get
fryer?
soggy, but no, they said it doesn't. It just keeps the inside moist or more moist instead of drying out.
Huh.
And then it can still get like the crispy outside, I guess. So anyway, I'm going to be having French fry palooza in my steam oven
Yeah.
for the rest of the time.
Nice. Cool. I've never even heard of that. I'm going to Google that now.
So that is fun. The top list of items people want the most
in a kitchen.
And in a kitchen. And I think too, there was another list I was looking at about kitchen things and whatever. About a year ago, we were talking about the must-haves, and like it's getting more and more ridiculous things people must have in their home. And it seems like now it's starting to calm back down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to have this, or I would be okay without that. So some of these things are waning off.
Right. Well, part of that is like, I thought it was a must-have until there literally is no house like that.
Yeah.
That I can at least buy anyway. So now people are compromising a lot more lately.
Yes.
Right.
That's what'll happen when there's low inventory.
Right. That was also another really interesting thing about talking to broker owners from across the country at this 2100 Club is everyone was telling the same story. Right. It was everybody. It's not like, oh, this is an isolated incident in the upper Midwest. You know, it was everybody was like, yeah, you too. Yep. This is crazy. Totally bonkers.
It's wild.
Totally
Except
bonkers.
for our one friends from Wyoming. Right.
Except for Wyoming.
Except for our Wyoming friends where they're like, all we're selling is empty lots for $7 to $10 million. I'm like, that's dirt. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Wyoming is absolutely stunning, but I wouldn't but you're right. Empty lots. That's
wild.
Crazy.
Could you imagine the ease? Let me do a showing. I don't have to meet you there. You can just pull up and see it.
Right.
What does it have? It has dirt. It has some really great features of grass and sunlight.
There may or may not be a tree. You'll see. You'll see.
Great earthworms here. Great earthworms.
So funny. It was just crazy.
Anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're back to it. Another week ahead. It's almost going to be July soon, and then summer's basically over.
We've got a good week coming up. We're talking with some of our staff about some of the things we learned while we were at the 2100 Club, getting some new programs running. In fact, not just that one, but also have a meeting on another program we're looking at starting up. So there's a lot of things in the works here, and maybe
it's hard
even
for me.
A guest appearance on a podcast that we might tell you about later.
Oh yeah, that could be cool. TBD, little spoiler, no spoiler.
Yeah,
it's hard for me. We do have fun things happening this week. I need to get past the Monday here, the Monday brain. First of all, just from being gone, but also like the workload that comes with being gone because I have so much to do. And I knew that, we technically got back on Thursday, and I knew that Friday was going to be just nutso. And so anytime for the last couple of weeks, someone was trying to set something up, I just said, I'm gone. How about the following Monday? And now I have, no joke, 16 appointments on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
So I need to get past that. And then we'll focus on all of the cool, fun things, exciting things, Tuesday through Friday of this week.
I mean, we left Monday morning, right? Got back Thursday. Well, I got back Thursday at like 7:30 by the time I got to my house. And by that point I was just tired, all day of traveling and sitting in an airport and all that stuff. But, just tired. So I don't even remember how quickly I went to bed after that. The next morning, my wife was like, hey, we're heading to my folks' place in the Wisconsin Dells. I'm like, yay, more traveling.
Yay.
And so, I had to quick right away in the morning, run up to the bank to pre-sign some documents and things of some things that we have going on, and got that all done. Boy, there was a lot of things.
Yeah.
He's like, sorry to make you sign this much. I was like, this is worse than when I was touring.
I know.
Like only 4 people would ask me for my signature then.
There you go.
Anyway,
it was a lot. I was like, why do we have so many files for each property? This is a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I was trying to count the packets, and I think there was like 13 or 14 different packets.
Yeah, it was. When I walked into his office and I saw the stack on his desk, I was like, what?
Hold on.
So anyway, got that done right away in the morning and then hit the road. As soon as we got to her parents' place, I jumped on the couch, opened up my laptop, and started going. And like, I don't even remember how much time had passed. I just blacked out for a little while as I'm like working. And my wife comes up and goes, the kids want to go swimming. Are you going to be working for a while? And I was like, it's 2:13 on a Friday. I'm still at work.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's so funny.
Yes,
by the way, how did you like the Delta Sky Lounge in Salt Lake?
Oh, that was amazing. Yes, that should be my not sponsored.
That should. Yeah.
Maybe next week. Yeah. Although, I mean, not quite as amazing as the St. Regis, but
no,
that was a ton of fun. And they had these soundproof booths. So I went in and I had a ton of phone calls with like the bank and Grandpa and Drew and all of our other brothers. So yeah, it was that was really cool. Although it got really hot in there because it was
maybe you were just yeah.
But then I went to one of those open ones that you were telling me about, where you sit in this nice chair and pull the thing up, and it's got the 3 sides around you. I did not enjoy any complimentary alcohol, but I was surprised that they were offering it. I did have some coffee and some snacks and a little bit of a lunch. It was great. It was fantastic.
It's a good gig.
Yeah.
It's a good
if
setup that they
traveled
got there.
even just a couple times more, I would definitely do that because it was great.
Yeah. It is. And I would say I do travel just like a couple times more than you, because a lot of times we travel together and then I just have a couple more.
Right.
But it's been the greatest thing. It's been the greatest gift to just like, there's always work that needs to be done. You need to take out your computer. And when you're just like at your gate and you're like, gosh, I hope there's an outlet, or there's only one set of outlets and everybody's over there. And now I need to make phone calls, and I'm a little bit hungry, or I have this much time, but then I'm going to have to pack up all my stuff because it's illegal to leave it on my chair.
Right.
It's the greatest thing.
It is so great.
Really.
Yeah. And do you remember when we flew to New Jersey, we were going to the Century 21 corporate headquarters, and then our flight got delayed. Well, it actually got straight up canceled.
It canceled like 4 times.
Yeah. And so we finally were like, okay, we have a flight now, but it's not leaving for a few hours. We were both just hot and sweaty and just crabby and just like, and then we tried to go to the restaurant that was in our wing of the airport, and it was so cramped, so busy. And we stood there for, I don't even know how long before we could get squeezed in between some people. Our bags didn't even like fit. It was just not a good experience at all. And this Delta Sky Club was so night and day different. Like, oh, are you hungry? Just go grab whatever you want. Just go grab it.
It's free. Yeah. Hot and delicious.
Yep.
All right.
Anyway,
so do we have any motivation or fun bits?
Any what now?
Any motivations or fun bits?
I do have one quick thing I was going to share with you.
Okay.
If I can find it. Oh, here it is. These are just some quick tips, strategies from our friends at Riz Media. Our good friends like Joe and Kurt and Riz.
Kurt. Yeah. What a character.
Yeah. An article they have that is how to kick procrastination to the curb. So so, they're saying like, hey, we get it. Procrastination is common for a lot of people, for most people, they say. And it's not even necessarily like you're thinking, oh, everything, I'm just going to procrastinate until the last minute. Even just saying, I'll do that later is procrastinating. You're pushing something off.
Right.
And a lot of people are like, well, you have to push some things off. And what they're getting at here is, no, you don't have to push it off. You just need to schedule it. Right.
Oh,
so
yes.
A procrastinator says, I'll work on that tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll be like, well, I guess I can do it tomorrow. Whereas a non-procrastinator will say, I'm scheduling it for 1:00 tomorrow.
Right.
So anyway, number one, and these are just a quick 5 tips. Number one, have a plan. So, actually scheduling things. They said,
right.
Don't just schedule your meetings, but schedule calls you need to make, schedule preparation for meetings. So be sure to use your scheduler. Limit or remove distractions. And this one I was like, I don't really have, distractions around me while I'm working. But the problem is I have all these people who like call and text and all this other stuff. So, and that's exactly what this is talking about.
That's
like,
what it is.
If you need to focus on something, then you need to, if you have to, shut off your phone and put it in a drawer and work on that thing. And then when it's on your calendar that you can take calls and texts, then you can turn your phone back on.
Turn it back on.
Like, oh, okay. Number 3 is set deadlines. Obviously, that's really important. Knowing it, and it could just be something. This is a big thing for procrastinators. Is just, oh, I can do it tomorrow. Oh, I can do it tomorrow. Oh, I can do it tomorrow. Because there might not be a deadline for that thing. There's nobody telling you it has to be done at this time, but it's you can set it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Break up bigger projects, I thought was brilliant, because sometimes that project seems so daunting to tackle all at once. So just break it up, right? And look at it as just singular projects that are smaller. And then this last one I thought was hilarious. Tomorrow doesn't exist.
Well, that's a little terrifying.
Yeah. So set actionable goals daily, weekly, monthly, but don't put things off to tomorrow because tomorrow doesn't exist.
That's beautiful, actually.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with most of, they're all great. I agree with all of them, but I really resonate, I'm trying to say, with the one about scheduling, because if it's not on my schedule, it doesn't exist. Luckily, tomorrow is on my schedule. So tomorrow exists to me in that way. Right. But it has to be scheduled. It's so much that I'm like, oh, I really need to, drop off this on my way home. It has to go on my schedule. Otherwise I won't do it. Like I am so just laser focused on that because there are so many distractions. And I definitely resonate with the one about breaking things up. A lot of times it's like, I don't want to start this, but you know what I could do? I could prep X, or I could make sure this is ready for my next quiet time, or I could rather than kind of putting it off until you are 100% ready, because you'll never be 100% ready. Yeah, and then what I find is that when I finally do it, I'm like, why was I putting that off so long? I should have just gotten that done.
That was easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one I would add to that list is it's okay to delegate. Like that's one of my biggest reasons for procrastinating, is because I'm like, I can't get this done today. I'll just take care of it tomorrow, because it seems like a smaller thing and there is no deadline perhaps, whereas I'm trying to get myself to just delegate it. She'd be like, hey, can you do this for me? It now took me only 10 seconds to ask that person to do it for me, which is also another one of my problems per a thing a couple of weeks ago, right? When we were talking about this, don't ask your employees to do things. Just be like, I need you to get this done.
Right.
Anyway, but I'm just one of those people. Hey, can you do this for me? And they get it done while I'm working on something else. And then I'm twice as successful. So
wow.
Please, there's even if you're a sole proprietor, you're an independent contractor, right? There are literally virtual assistants out there. that you can just go online and say, here's something I need done. I need to know this weird statistic. I need to pull, 10 random facts about this type of thing. And there's people out there who do that stuff, and they don't even cost that much money. You just have this like virtual assistant who can go run errands for you. It's pretty great.
Yeah. All right. I love that.
Yep. Cool. Do you have our motivation, or do I have our motivation?
I think you have it.
All right. So this is one that I was debating whether or not I should share.
Okay.
Because this person is so wise, and so, one of the greats, kind of like Aristotle and all the really great old smart wise people.
It's going to be you, isn't it?
It's Wiz Khalifa.
All right. Yeah. He is pretty wise.
Yeah. But I mean, I read it and I was like, that's actually a good one. It's not really like business oriented, but sometimes you got to take care of yourself. Right.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Wiz Khalifa. And I went past it. I was like, nope, I can't do that one. And then I went back. I was like, wait, why can't I? I liked the quote. So anyway,
yeah.
You know what? Whatever. It's Wiz Khalifa. Here we go.
Okay. I love this.
You don't need too many people to be happy. You just need a few real ones who appreciate you for who you are.
Ooh.
And I love that because like I think we're often seeking more and more and more people to validate ourselves. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are doing that. And in the real estate world, there's companies who go, we have this many agents now. We have this many agents now. And I'm like, is that just like, are you feeling like you're just building up a network of friends? And so it's making you feel better? Or are you actually doing great things? Right. But I like that. You don't need too many people to be happy. Just a few real ones who appreciate you for who you are. That's a good one. It's just a good feel good. So good job.
Yeah. I love that.
His real name? Is that his real name? I don't even know.
Can you imagine writing that on the birth certificate?
I mean, is it short for
no,
wizard? Is he like,
he is the Wizard of Oz?
I don't know. That's how out of touch I am lately. Cause I don't even know.
It's I can assure you it's not his real name.
Although I will say
if it is,
he's been on a couple commercials.
Yeah.
And they're hilarious.
Yeah. He's
like, he's so funny. Just kills me.
If it is his real name, it wasn't his birth name. We'll say that.
Sure.
Maybe he's changed it by now.
Yeah.
It's copyrighted, but okay.
Cool.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's a good reminder because I think we do seek out the wrong means of validation a lot.
Right.
From people.
Yep. And that is one of the biggest differentiators between good agents and great agents. Is good agents are always looking for those clients to make them feel like they're good enough to be in real estate, constantly seeking the approval from their clients. And the great ones know that they're great. They're not like egotistical about it. They just have that confidence of knowing I'm getting this listing. I'm getting it because I'm moving forward. And if you want to be on the pace that I'm at, we don't have time to be like, so did I do a good enough job where I earned your business on this one? Right. And you just know that you're great and you're going to do great. So don't go looking for those people to do it. You can find the few in your life who already think you're great. For me, it's my kids. I can do no wrong. They're kind of like dogs. I could just go to the mailbox and come back and they're like, Dad, they're so happy to see me, even if I just went to get the mail.
I think those teenage years are going to hit you so hard.
I know.
You can do nothing wrong. Oh boy.
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah.
But for now, enjoy it while you can.
Yeah. Up until they realize how big of a nerd I am. And then they'll, yeah. I'll probably be singing at the top of my lungs as I drop them off at high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Make it a great week. I can't wait to share some of the no spoiler that we started to almost spoil a little bit there. And then we'll have to share some links on where you too can enjoy said content.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. We can't wait to share it with you. We just can't yet. So
yeah. Oh, we need to iron out some details too. So everybody go do your due diligence, and we'll keep kicking butt and taking names.
All right. Be sure to look for us on all those places that you look for podcasters. We're on that too. And apparently Facebook is even starting a podcasting thing, which the headline I read is, oh, look, another thing for Facebook to ruin. So we'll see how that goes. But we will maybe be there too if that's what we decide to do. But you can actually go to our Facebook page and watch this podcast as we record on video here, so you can see Michael's cool tattoos and my slightly sunburned forehead, although it doesn't look too bad in this light. So anyway, make it a great week. We cannot wait to talk to you again next week. Be sure to also, right at the bottom there, it says leave us a message. What you can actually do is just click on that, and then it'll take you to a website where you can leave a voicemail recording that we can use to play right here on the air. So it'd be really great to start a conversation with y'all. So please do that. Ask us anything, tell us anything. We actually do have quite a group of people who are commenting on one of our posts about how hard it is to find a home right now. Some of the things people are saying I can't share on this podcast because they're so frustrated. But anyway, join the conversation. We'd love to chat with y'all.
Yes, definitely. And if that's a little bit too daunting to leave a voice message, oh gosh, we're in a generation that doesn't like talking out loud. Right. You can always send us an email at contact@therealtybros.com. It's
like texting, only slower. All right, everybody.
All right, make it a great week.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Realty Brothers podcast. If you liked this episode, please help support us by subscribing to the Realty Brothers on your favorite podcasting app. And, of course, your 5-star reviews are always greatly appreciated.
Be sure to also check us out on Facebook and on Instagram as The Realty Bros, and at our website, therealtybros.com.
And we would love for you to join the conversation. Send us a message at the link in the description below, message us on your favorite social media platform, or shoot us an email, contact@therealtybros.com.